Hey everyone, welcome back to 15 Minute Chef. It's good to be back in studio. It's great to be back cooking, and it's great to see y'all's faces. So we've had a few requests while I've been out with some medical issues, so it's good to be standing upright and be able to fill some of these requests. One of them was from a friend who wanted to know how to make crab cakes. She's not originally from South Louisiana, so I thought this would be a great one that I've never done. And crab cakes are so easy, but then again, I say everything's so easy when you've been cooking for over 10 years in restaurants. So let's start off with your crab meat. You can go as expensive as jumbo lump, which I love, but with prices right now, they're ridiculous. Or you could go as cheap as lump in a can, all up to you. See the notes below this video and I'll tell you how you can save money or you can blow money to make the most expensive crab cakes to the cheapest. But either way, I'm going to show you how to make crab cakes better than any restaurant you're going to eat at, which is probably why I think my husband doesn't order them when we go to restaurants. Come to think of it. Probably disappointed. Okay, so start off, one of the main ingredients for crab cakes is the crab, obviously, mayonnaise, and panko breadcrumbs. A lot of people don't know this. I buy the gluten-free because if I'm adding mayonnaise, I need to save a little gluten. But no, the gluten-free actually hold it together better. So the mayonnaise is actually a binding agent. Plus, when you cook mayonnaise, it changes the flavor completely, almost to a butter consistency. Start off with washing our hands, a little cleanliness. I went ahead and got everything set up today. So one of the things also it calls for is fresh squeezed lemon juice. I use lemon juice out of a container, but for this show or this episode, instead of using this guy, I'm gonna use that guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump all my crab meat in here. We'll toss that up. Don't worry if it's a little wet, it's okay. This guy is gonna soak up all of that. So we wanna do 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs. This is not my prettiest measuring cup, but it is my favorite. So 3/4 of that, slide that puppy back there, 1/4 of this, which I don't need a measuring utensil to measure 1/4, but you might. But hey, for this episode, take my measuring cups out that I've never used. We'll use them. 1/4. And again, you guys, like always, I'll have the recipe written in the bottom at the notes. And I don't go skimpy on the mayonnaise. Mostly because I'm a mayonnaise lover. People that don't like mayonnaise are probably wincing when they see that, but you're not going to taste it. It's going to be cooked in the back, to the back of the line. Just a little mayonnaise all over the place. All right, 3 egg yolks. That's another binding agent. Tablespoon of butter. Get that sucker in there. Let's get a spatula. My favorite, ultimately favorite tool. Y'all go to the Dollar Tree all the time. I buy tons of these. Oh, they make, if you do a Mother's Day basket this year, they make great Mother's Day presents. I put it in there with wine, because my mom likes wine. We're French, so we do like our wine. Put all that together. Our lemon juice. These are fresh lemons from my father-in-law's tree. See how easy that thing is? If you have a lot of aggression, somebody you dislike, think about it. Working it out, cooking, good therapy for working it out. And then the reward is that much better. Okay, so it calls for a tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm pretty sure I'm there. Put that in there. Here we go. To the back. To the back of the line. I love the fact that when I designed my kitchen, I put that huge sink and everybody thought I was nuts. I love it. When I wash a pot, I can do this. Anyway, back to focusing. Now we're just gonna go with our seasoning. I'm putting a little garlic powder seasoning that I use that's from Latin America called Adobo. I'm gonna put a little Tony Chachere's, not too much. I'm trying to cut back on sodium and seasoning for health reasons. And then parsley. And again, just check the bottom of the notes. I'm gonna have everything in there. I'm gonna mix all this up with my spatula. Oh, looks nice. A nice crab cake. Now, I see that it's a little bit thin, so I might see how it's kind of like that. That's okay, but I'm gonna probably add some breadcrumbs. See if I have any breadcrumbs. Or some more panko. Either one will fix the issue. I do not see them. You might have to have more panko. Just to kind of tighten it up. And then we're gonna form our cakes. Yeah, that's a little better. That could have been from the moisture from the crab. Just know that if you can't like pack it together like this and it's too wet, go ahead and put you some more panko in there till it tightens up. I'll also use a combination of panko and breadcrumbs. So you can use a combination of both if you want. So now I'm getting a nice crab cake. And see how I'm making that C and I'm forming that nice crab cake? So let me tell you what I'm also gonna do. We're also gonna take these paper plate and I'm gonna refrigerate them before I cook them. And this is key, so let me explain why. Once you put them in the refrigerator, the butter and the egg and everything else are gonna kind of hold everything together and solidify. You need to rest it before you fry it. So we're gonna go ahead and make these like this. And then we're gonna stick them in the refrigerator for an hour. And then we're gonna come back, roll them in some breadcrumbs, fry them up. And we're only gonna fry them for the outside, and then we're gonna finish them off in the oven. Cannot fry the whole crab cake. I would never suggest frying a whole crab cake on the top. Restaurants don't do it, why am I? And I'm not gonna teach you that way. The easiest, best way is, and the longer it sits in the oil is gonna start turning colors too. So as soon as we finish with, basically browning and put a nice brown color on both sides, we're gonna lay it on that pan right there and we're gonna stick it in the oven. And it's gonna finish cooking in the oven to a perfect crab cake. And your guests are gonna be wowed. All right, we got some crab cake. Okay, we're back. So our crab cakes have sat in the refrigerator for a while. I am going to turn my heat on. My oven is already on, and I have about a centimeter of oil, just enough to coat the pan. We're doing what's called pan frying. We're not deep fat frying, we're just pan frying. So my crab cakes came out, they're nice and hard, like I said they would be. Put little breadcrumbs on them. And these breadcrumbs are Italian seasoning breadcrumbs, but you can get anything you like. I just like it because it has the extra seasoning in it. So I'm just gonna kind of roll them, flip them around in my breadcrumbs, not really using that much breadcrumb. Now, I'm gonna teach you another really cool trick. The oil I put in the pan, you can use olive oil, just be careful of the smoke point. That means the flash point, point at which it catches fire. Or starts smoking and then everything starts to taste like burnt olive oil, which smells like it tastes like burnt gasoline. The other option is you can also use the oil. I'm using vegetable oil with olive oil, a blend, and then I'm gonna add butter to the oil when I pan fry them. And what that's gonna do is gonna give it a really nice brown flavor, okay? So I'm adding about a tablespoon of butter in with my oil when I fry my crab cakes. The great thing about this also is you'll know when the oil is ready, the butter will be melted. Okay, so our crab cakes, they're ready for action. Let's talk about our plate up real quick. Wash my hands again for the third, fourth time. Okay, so a lot of my guests will like sauce, they won't like sauce. So just as a common theme, especially with crab cakes, it's so tricky. Some people like remoulade, some people like Hollandaise, some people like Béarnaise, you never know. I'm gonna put it on this bed. We're doing salad. It's a very, very light evening dinner party, so I don't wanna put anything too heavy. I can either serve it with Hollandaise, remoulade, or sour cream with chive. But either way, I always serve it on the side, so that my guests don't feel obligated to have to eat whatever sauce I threw on top of it. And then again, they could be like my husband, who's a purist, who doesn't eat any sauce with his crab cakes. This way it gives them the option. Sometimes I'll even put all three. Yeah, that oil is looking really nice. And do you see how I keep using this method? Electric. I cannot wait till I have a gas stove. Maybe I can wish that for Mother's Day. So we're gonna basically like I said, we're gonna do is we're just gonna toast these crab cakes on one side, and then we're gonna flip them, toast them on the other, and then we're gonna finish them in the oven. I already sprayed my sheet pan right there with a little non-stick spray because I don't want them to stick, although I don't think they will because of them sitting frying in this oil. Oh yeah, we want to get like a nice pretty brown. Don't be concerned by this. This is not an issue. Ooh, that one looks really nice. I don't go apart. You gotta be careful when you're flipping now. Can't get too flippity. Throw one more in there. Make sure this guy's nice and tight. And ladies, if you're not comfortable putting your hand, you can lower it in with your spatula. It's totally up to you. So like that. Like that. This guy's over here tanning. I like to think of it as a tanning bed. They're getting a nice, beautiful tan. Whoa, look at that one, looking good. These guys are looking really sweet. Now, I will tell you, the downside to adding the butter is your oil is gonna start to burn. So you're gonna have to do this pretty fast, or you're gonna have to throw the oil out and use a different one and start over with a new set of oil. I hate the feeling of breadcrumbs on my hands. Okay, so we're almost there. We're getting our guys tanned in their nice little tanning bed. We're getting them on their tray. Left Twix, right Twix. See my notes on the fish video about how to make Béarnaise or Hollandaise very easily. And then later this week, I'll probably have one on shrimp remoulade. So you guys that want to know how to make a remoulade, ooh, that one got a little dark. That one's for Nathan, my husband. Oil, never mess with it when it's hot. Stick it in the back. We're gonna take our crab cakes. They're looking nice. Toss them in the oven. Finish them in there, and then we'll be back for plate up. Also with our Play-Doh, one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice an avocado. I personally love crispy and cream and then a little bit of tangy. So for me personally, this dish probably would have had remoulade, although I already had Hollandaise from last night to be able to use. But remoulade because it's tangy to go with the crab cakes, and then I would put a little avocado to give it that creaminess. Anyway, stay tuned, we're almost finished, and you can see how to finish up our crab cakes. All right, here we go. They're coming out the oven. They look spectacular. I think I'm making myself hungry. Beautiful, nice Louisiana crab cakes. You can see I did a little salad. You can toss your salad with dressing. I didn't, that's okay. Toss it with dressing. Pick whatever sauce you like. Remoulade, Hollandaise. I even make a Caribbean sauce that's really good. So stay tuned in the notes to see how to make that. Nice sliced avocado. This one's going to my mama. So we're gonna make it look as beautiful as possible. There you go. Crab Cakes Louisiana. Hope y'all enjoy it. Stay tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, hit the little bell button so anytime new videos come up, and hopefully now they'll be coming up a lot more, you guys can you guys will know when new videos are out. Y'all have a good week.